3, 2.
Good morning, and I'm Jane. Good morning, I'm Jane Caudle. Oh my God, Sophie. 3,
Hold on, I'm choking on my spit.
3, 2, 1. Good morning, I'm Jane Caudle.
And I'm Sophie Taylor.
And we are here today to talk to you about your daily food intake.
Did you know that 47% of our society eats excess nutrients such as fat, cholesterol, and carbs?
Although we typically eat extra healthy things, there's a list of nutrients that should be increased in our diet, such as vitamin D, water, and protein.
Fat is something we need to survive because our body does not produce it naturally.
They help us with normal growth and behavior. Without fat, we wouldn't gain weight at a healthy pace. 2 different subsets of fat include saturated fat and trans fat.
Although an excess amount of fat consumed will lead to being overweight, fat needs to be reduced in our diet so we can get the right amount of energy fat gives us, but not too much so that we gain a lot of weight.
Did you know that the main cause of heart disease is cholesterol? It clogs your arteries, making it harder for blood to get to your heart.
Some foods that are high in cholesterol are eggs, cheese, meats, processed foods, etc.
You can easily decrease your cholesterol intake by eating foods high in fiber, such as fish, and also foods high in omega-3.
When you decrease the amount of cholesterol you consume, it will also decrease the amount of vitamin D in your system, which lowers blood pressure and prevents bone disease.
To increase your vitamin D intake, you can simply eat or drink things such as orange juice, salmon, or mushrooms.
Only 18% of people in the U.S. had past knowledge of the connection between fat and vitamin D.
I think a lot of us know what potassium is. A banana is chocked full of that stuff. Unfortunately, only 47% of
4.7.
I think that a lot of us know what potassium is. A banana is chocked full of that stuff. Unfortunately, only 4.7% of Americans consume the recommended amount of potassium, around 4,700 milligrams.
Carbohydrates help our immune system, blood clots, and with the development of disease.
Although all of that sounds great, if too much is consumed, many of the carbs will turn to fat, and you may have a greater chance of getting type 2 diabetes.
You can decrease your carb intake and weight by avoiding sports drinks, coffee, fruit juice that isn't 100%, and avoiding breads and pastas.
And last but not least, you need to raise your calcium intake. Calcium is a mineral that keeps bones and teeth structured and hard.
It also helps with the release of hormones and helps blood vessels stay clean.
You can simply increase your daily intake with a bowl of yogurt or a cup of milk.
Now that you have all of these facts in your head, we are going to tell you some meal options for children, teenagers, and adults.
For children 4 through 8, a healthy meal would consist of 1 medium piece of lean meat, such as chicken, a small fruit, such as tomatoes, or 4 to 5 strawberries. Half of the plate should be veggies. Typically, dark green and leafy vegetables are the healthiest. A grain such as a small roll or croissant should also be included. Also, dairy such as milk, yogurt, or cheese is recommended to finish off a balanced meal.
For teenagers, things can get hectic. 2 out of 7 teenagers eat up to 500 extra calories in their diet, and 87% of the time, those foods are high in fat and carbs. A healthy plate for a teen usually consists of 2 to 3 small pieces of protein, a half cup of fruit, 2 cups of veggies, and at least a 1/4 cup of a dairy product. At this stage, you don't necessarily need a lot of carbs, so a grain can be skipped if necessary.
Finally, for adults, our population is 77% adult ages plus 18 and older. A balanced meal starts with a lot of protein, which can help metabolism moving.
A cup of fruit will help with the body's natural vitamin intake. 2.5 cups of veggies will help with your zinc intake, and a cup of dairy product will also help with your metabolism.
We hope that today's story will help you live a more balanced life. More than 2/3 of adults are considered to be obese. Thanks for tuning in.
Next up, is diet soda a lot better than regular soda? Yeah!
You're supposed to add 5 seconds on the end.